Sissy. Friend Sissy. And something that I'm not very good at is I'm actually not very good at cartwheels, which is surprising because I'm very good at handstands.
That's true.
I stopped doing cartwheels when I learned handstands because I thought I was going to go into handstands from the cartwheel.
All right.
That is very interesting.
Interesting.
Very good.
Okay. Your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
So one thing that I love,
Ooh, or that you like about yourself or
other people. There's so many things, I don't know where to start.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love being here right now.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Can't cry just yet. No.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Deep breath.
No one thing you're not so good at.
And one thing I'm not so good at, being on time. That's the easiest thing to
Yeah,
answer.
that's true.
All right. Alex.
One thing I like about Xylo and Corleone is they make good lemonade.
Woo!
There you go.
One thing I'm not so good at is planning. Let's say.
Really?
So, don't let things come to me.
Not in a bad way.
Wonder where he gets that.
More insight.
I just warmed up.
One thing Jenny loves is
Cats.
one thing.
Same there. She does too. Same here.
All
I have a
right.
cat. She is a crazy cat. Because I was 4 and I thought his buds were really color.
That's funny.
I was 4.
Jenny, what's one thing you're not good at?
7.
Oh, I see.
Jenny,
Jenny?
Yeah,
what's something you're not very good at?
I don't know. Let me think.
Okay.
Going to bed on time.
Going to bed on
Pretty
time.
good.
Going to bed on
Oh, that's familiar with that one.
Yeah.
You mean you have to go to bed on time?
Yeah.
Not anymore. She's done with high school.
Uh-huh.
Not anymore.
Alex is a graduate. I'm going
Right.
to say one thing I love about Alex is that he likes to have fun, is good with people.
2 things.
I know. He said a few
Thanks,
things.
Mom.
Yeah. And you're a good person. Oh. One thing. What's the other? No.
Something you're not very good at.
I'm not good at making decisions. And that was hard making those decisions. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
All right. I'm Keith. My one thing I love about Katie is she plans things like this. And one thing I'm not very good at is lots of things. I'm not very, yeah, I was gonna say planning things, but Alex took that one.
Should plan.
Yeah, I'm not very good at lots of things, really.
Sure good at lots.
Just gotta choose one.
Big one.
Right.
I'm not very good at soccer.
Okay.
Is anybody here good at soccer?
I don't think so. Are you good?
Good.
Well, thank you guys. Welcome to the park. So a little bit about this park. Mary Morris Seawright.
Dad, this isn't a park.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell them about it.
Pretending.
Yeah, we want to hear about the park.
Oh.
So this park,
Keep going.
Mary Morris Seawright, is a quarter mile from here, and named after an early Austin environmental person that helped form the Audubon Society of Austin, and
Is her name Mary?
her name was Mary Morris Seawright. She came to Austin in the late 30s and got married, and they bought this 400 acres to ranch cattle and hay. And she, after her husband died around 1960, she just kept ranching it herself in a Cadillac with a small pistol in her back pocket, which she used for shooting rattlesnakes right in the mouth. She was a short lady. She decided that she didn't want that land over there behind us, quarter of a mile away, to be given to developers, and she turned down multi-million-dollar deals, and she wanted it to be enjoyed by generations of children. So she gave it to the city of Austin, 400 acres, to be made into a park. It's gorgeous. It has a creek that goes through it called Slaughter Creek, named after the Slaughter family. which were butchers around 1815 in Austin. Yeah,
That's
so
the road we
people
live
with
on.
names, just like my name is Taylor, and my family would be Taylors. But I don't do that anymore, so we retired from the Taylor business. And so a couple things about Austin. Austin's very interesting because there's a long line that goes from Austin up to Fort Worth and Dallas. It was a line where the Comanches said, "This is our territory." So it goes right through Austin, down a creek called Shoal Creek, so which is about 12 miles that way. So the Comanches were around here in Austin. Don't ask me what other the Indians were on this side, but it's a gorgeous, fertile place here in Central Texas, and there's a lot of edible plants on the land. Like we have mesquite trees, we have wild onions, we have yucca plants. Have you ever had yucca fries? I just learned about yucca fries recently. Check it out. Yeah. So it's like the roots of a yucca. So that's about Mary Moore Seawright Park. And well, let's get the show on the road, shall we? We're going to play a little concert for you. And we had some requests too. And we're going to try to fit a few of those into our program. But we'll start off with some Beetles. Everybody knows the Beatles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
For the most part.
Will may have said this, he probably said it, but thank you for being flexible and coming to our home today. We like our home, we think it's pretty cool.
Out of the mud.
We have this sort of communal situation, as you maybe have guessed, which just means that, gosh, in 2008, we moved here and decided to try to pool our resources a little bit, and
Here we are.
and here we are. And we thought, I was thinking like, oh well, you know, we don't get to take them on a hike in the park, and you know, what could we do to make their experience even, you know, really extra nice?
Special.
And so we came up with the popcorn and the lemonade. Where's the lemonade?
They served it.
There we go.
Okay. And also, there's little half-dozen boxes of eggs over here. You can take some eggs home
Oh,
from
yeah.
our local chickens, maybe. I don't know. Where are you from?
Houston area.
Oh, okay, so you drove.
Galveston Bay area.
Yeah. So you're not like flying home with eggs in your suitcase.
No.
Well, take some eggs if you'd like.
All right.
And I'd like to play you a song that I wrote. Basically, about the cycle of life from the perspective of a tiny little seed in the ground. Here's what happened. It's dark in here. It smells like dirt. I'm breaking open, but it doesn't hurt. I'm pushing it up. I don't know why. Here comes the sun. Is that the sky? The world can see my leaves unfold, while underground my roots take hold. A lot of rain, oh, a field of mud. I think I've made a tiny bud. I don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. Well, I'm feeding bees, I'm turning heads. My petals are the brightest red. A little pinch, a smiling face. I'm standing in a crystal vase.
Yeah.
I don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. Think it will. Now I'm so tired of standing tall. I can hardly lift my drooping head at all.
Yeah.
With a stroke of luck, I'm bound for sleep, relaxing on this compost heap. I don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. Oh, I don't know what's to come. I'm just living for today, reaching for the sun and I'm waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain.
Right.
You
We're having fun? You hear the sound coming from
Yeah,
hopefully?
sounds great.
Okay.
Should we do just like today?
Sure. That sounds good. Karen, another one of Karen's songs that's been just recently written last year
Last
honor.
year, that's a hint.
in honor of the year.
Ah.
So if you could put 2020
Beer on that note.
into a song.
So last spring, I felt like this song was kind of like a boulder in the road. Like I just couldn't go on and write any other songs until I just wrote something about the elephant in the room, you know. And you know, I wanted it to be a song that everyone could relate to. Because at the end of the day, we all really want the same things, which is our loved ones to be healthy and happy. Right?
Yeah.
So how do you get there? And I wanted to, you know, acknowledge that there's been a lot of great suffering, and there's also been a lot of beauty. And nature still natures. This little snapshot from our land here has some little images from.
That's true.
From
Yeah, there's a video
from
that I put together for this with
It's a really nice video with footage
way.
from
So if you want to check it out later,
our
I'll
little
email
world
it to you.
here.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah.
You know, I think what we should do, I have an idea.
Yes?
We'll play a little bit, and then we'll pause and we'll do the guided meditation right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which we really love. And then we'll play a little more after that, just so they know it's.
Yeah, sure.
So let's do it.
I've got blossoms on my tomato plants. I've got possums falling for the traps. We'll have baby chicks tomorrow, just one day old, traveling by mail. The cats show up hungry in the morning. The chickens tumble down from their roosts. The spotted fawns play, never straying far from mother's trail. Just like before, just like today, just like before, just like today. But heavy in the air is the pain and loss of so many. But spring still blooms and life goes on. 2020. The sun still rises from the dead of night as we spin slowly through her light. The moon spins too, changing clothes in cycles like before. Just like before, just like today, just like before, just like today. But heavy in the air is the loneliness of so many. But summer's here and life goes on. 2020. from restaurants and stores, surrendering to the uncertainty and still wondering what all this loneliness is for. Keep the faith, we live our lives like Groundhog Day, and we know the present moment is all we ever really have anyway. We watch our children grow, we tell them what we know, we hope our parents get to stay with us for many years more, just like before, just like today, just like tomorrow, just like today. But heavy in the air is the restless fear of so many. But November's coming and life goes on. 2020. 2020.
Mary Moore?
Boy, just, yeah,
What do you think?
I just, the music is so interesting. Just playing that song, my body goes into like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I remember what that was like.
That's right, memories.
Remember when
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
can
the
you
fog
remember
came
when
in.
you were just like trying to, was really sanitizing groceries?
That's
Are we
right.
really doing that?
Yep.
You really just like strapping in?
Yep. Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
Year.
Right, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thought that
Yeah,
was
a
so
couple
long.
of weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
There's no way we can do this for 2 weeks, much less.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Here we are.
We
We're
are
some of the survivors.
creeping out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a deer right there. There's a deer.
Oh, yeah, I thought, yeah. This is Corlena's cat right here. Oh,
Look at
yes, we got whole families living all over.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Hello.
Just checking this out.
Hi, you like music?
He probably thinks food. Yeah. Food provider.
That's
You want to walk over and say hello?
pretty.
Mhm.
Does he
Well,
come
we give
visit
you the
often?
nature there, and it worked out.
Yeah. Do they
Yeah.
come over often?
Yeah, they live on our. We have just a whole family that lives here,
Oh, wow.
up here.
Wow.
They live in the corner.
And they do actually, have babies in the spring. Like there's a baby around here somewhere.
Cool.
The deer, they didn't have a pandemic. They're just
No,
living
they're
their
just
lives.
I'm like, why there's not as many people on the road and stuff,
It's been quite a year for pets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came
Yeah,
out.
pets really came out on top. I know a bunch of pandemic acquisition pets.
Yes.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Lots of happy animals. Here's a tune Will wrote.
Yep. All right. It's a tune. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Mom's not in the mood.
Well, they don't mind the music, so that's good. That's really, she felt safe enough to just, okay, we'll just nurse.
That's amazing.
Just like my song, the
Yeah.
fawn,
I know,
fawn makes
back
a
up.
I
difference.
know. It's like
Back
we
up
timed it
front.
just right.
I didn't put
You're
the,
well trained.
didn't put the train in the song.
No,
I know the train was kind of cool too.
The train's, you know the train's
didn't stink.
slowed down? Oh, look,
Right
there's
there.
someone on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're like just munching on greenery, you know, think of vegetarian lifestyle.
You
Okay.
mean constantly.
Think about that.
We have a fairly new development that went in down the street, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's where all the deer came down here after the development went in. All right. Well, that was a nice development.
Hey, you ready to sing this song with me?
Which one?
Go on
Sure.
a journey maybe together?
Let's do it. Okay.
We love the old swing and early jazz songs. We know you do too. We can just feel it. Warm up. Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. I got my bag, I got my reservation. Spent each dime I could afford. I'm like a child in wild anticipation. Long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile the railroad track that takes me back. Never knew my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? I'm gonna take a sentimental journey me home. That's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile the railroad track that takes me back. I never knew my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? I'm gonna take a sentimental journey me home. I'm gonna take a sentimental journey me home.
across the fence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby want to go over there?
Where is the mom jump?
Yeah, the mom jumped.
You wanna do-
Oh,
You got
baby
one.
can't get through.
Yeah.
Go over the request.
Yeah.
You know what they do sometimes is they leave the baby somewhere and go off to look for food, right? And so one time, it's right in this garden, and one of these beds, like way here on the end, there's a tiny baby in there one time. You know, and we didn't know at the time, you know, what they do, you know, and we're like, oh, it's an abandoned baby, whatever will we do? And I think we, do you remember that? I think we tried to move it or something, and but really, sometimes, you know, with something like that, they forget how to get back in too, because the fence is kind of, like the door, oh, I know what it was, the door was left open so she could get in there, and it seemed like a pretty safe place to be, which it was. But then so the door got shut or something, and then baby was there. It's very dramatic.
I bet.
Should we do one of their requests, maybe?
Oh yeah.
So who likes Willie Nelson? Is that so you know that song that you requested?
Yeah.
You do?
I think I do.
Familiar with it? Want to do that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here's like
And now play guitar.
Or I thought I did when I requested it.
We'll find out.
Find out. Because
Yeah.
it's on his Willie Nelson's very first album
Oh,
that
okay.
he ever put out, and
Right.
Bob Wills wrote the liner notes to it. And we did a album of Western swing music in 2011 called House of Wills, and we did this song on it. And this was like a full band, you know, upright bass, guitar, trumpet, cello,
Wow.
mandolin, harmony vocals. I won't be singing harmony on this one, but this is one of the ones we picked out the very first beginning
yeah.
of it that I kind of jazzed up. Let's see if I can remember it. Let's see.
It's sun's coming out.
Oh, wouldn't that be the irony? Our
Yeah,
show tonight.
that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those things. We canceled a show we have tonight.
Oh, bummer.
It's all muddy. It probably wouldn't be great anyway.
Well, we postponed it.
Postponed it, yeah. 3. Oh, you want to
Excuse
tune up?
me.
Yes. let's do
I beg your pardon.
So,
Yeah.
so there's a kind of music called Western swing music. Have you heard of it? Since you live in Texas? Yeah, of course. That's good. It's very jazzy, a lot of improvisation. So that's why I was really drawn to it, because I'm a jazz lover. But it's with cowboy hats and fiddles and mandolins and stuff.
Imagine the beat.
So that's that album. You got it? 3.
Used to be my home has changed to just a place to stay. Crumbling last resort when the day is through. Sometime between sundown and dawn, somehow I find my way to my home motel on Lost Love Avenue. The rooms are all in shambles, things are scattered.
It's a good dance tune.
Just another sign how much I need you. I call your name, and then I remember that you don't live here anymore. In my home motel on Lost Love Avenue. No one really cares if I can hear it all. And the one who cares the least, the very least, is you. No one seems to care if I come here at all. And the one who seems to care the least is you. I'm gonna hang a neon sign in letters big and blue, saying home motel, I lost love
You recognize it?
Yeah, I had hits of recognizing it, but I didn't really know it.
That's cool.
Definitely had hits of before.
There's another one Willie
Very
Nelson
good.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. That's it? Okay.
Oh.
Gonna do Sunny Side of the Street now? Yeah. Here's another one that Willie Nelson did, Sunny Side of the Street. Remember that from the Stardust album?
Yeah, that
Take
sounds.
gonna take a minute here to come back up from the dungeons of
Right,
despair
I know.
here.
To get sunny.
Get my
Get
optimism back.
Happy song. Come.
Now's the time.
Yes. Optimism. It's a way of life.
That's right. Let's do that.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter pat? You know that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet living on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Oh, but now I'm not afraid. This rover is crossed over, and if I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. I've got gold dust on my feet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade. Now I'm not afraid. This rover is crossed over, and if I never have a cent, I'll be rich as Rockefeller. 'Cause I got gold dust on my feet, living on the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street.
Yeah, sing it.
Sunny side of the street.
The longest note ever.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, what do we got next? Switch back?
You want to do those jigs? Since you get that
Sure, let's do some jigs.
Jigs.
I'll do
play
my
little jigs on
jig
the mandolin
medley.
for you.
Since you're on mandolin, yep. Want to tell them about this one? Or let's see.
I lived in New York City for several years, and I used to hang out in the pubs and the wee hours and Irish pubs with all these amazing Irish American musicians, just all hours. And I used to sit in the shadows, just listening. And then each week I would get a little closer and start to sing and start to play guitar. And I took some Irish fiddle lessons for a couple of years, but I decided it'd be more fun to play the tunes on mandolin. Since I actually play the mandolin. The violin is rough. I mean, I don't know how this guy does it. When we do the thing in the woods and the hike, he marches down the path playing the violin while walking.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how he plays the violin while
Practice.
standing,
Yeah.
let alone walking down the path.
One thing I can't do is I can't talk, play the violin,
Talk and play.
and walk.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a too much.
Yeah. I can play chords.
Any two?
I can play chords like this.
Pick 2 out of 3.
So where are you guys going after this? Home?
Out to dinner.
Oh, dinner somewhere?
Yeah.
What kind of food do you want to have? You know? I'm trying to talk and play at the same time.
Vegan.
Vegan? Oh,
Vegan.
oh, you really?
Yes.
How long have you been vegan?
Is it 10 months or 9 months now?
Did you see Game Changers on
I've seen
Netflix?
that, yeah. Well, I've been vegetarian for like 2 years, and then I started dating a girl who's vegan, and so it was just really easy to switch. So it was,
Nice.
Yeah, just let go of one more.
Do you ever like some days just go, oh, a little just a piece of brisket?
I don't actually know.
Wow,
But-
it's better than me. I eat, you know, like I'm 99% most days
Yeah.
vegan.
Every once in a while.
But then a little-
99% most days.
Then I got offered some chicken the other day at the camp, and I can have one little bite.
I give him a hard
Okay, I'm
time
not
because
vegan
he'll
today.
call himself vegan. I'll say, honey,
In between meals.
Most
You're-
days.
you're-
Right.
you're-
Exactly.
you're kind of 97%
Yep.
vegan, which really
Yeah,
counts.
it
Still
does.
counts.
Yeah, that still
health-wise.
counts.
It does.
Yeah.
Today I'm like all the way. Okay.
Today,
Yeah. That's right. We're willing to green drinks. Do you do green drinks?
Really?
Not really.
It's
Like what?
green
Like
drink.
a spinach
Well,
smoothie?
in the morning, you
Yeah,
know,
pretty much.
just a ton of all kinds of veggies and roots and some
seeds.
greens and seeds, and
Beets.
just mix it up, and you just that much.
Like
Drink
the
all day.
Vitamix thing.
So good. Yeah, Vitamix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Okay, let's
Here we
play
go.
these jigs. I'll meet you at the end.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Give me a count off. right, switch foot.
So we went to an Irish bar one time and we got hushed out, or we got kicked
Really?
out,
I think we
right?
ended up getting kicked out.
Because you're not supposed to talk, I guess, when they're
When the
you're
music
not
was
really-
happening?
We were in the French Quarter in New Orleans,
Oh.
and it was like we didn't know we were supposed to be quiet, and yeah,
That's
we
Now
got
you know.
we got in
mad at
trouble.
us. Yeah.
You didn't get a warning?
I don't think we did, or maybe we did. And
There
we
you
had
go.
Sure there weren't a couple
drinks.
ales
Yeah.
responsible for
We
that?
didn't
Yeah,
believe
I know,
them when
I
they
know.
warned us.
Guinnesses, maybe?
Yeah, maybe we just thought they were joking when they warned us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that like a thing? Not to, yeah.
Don't talk while the
Apparently
band's
no.
Well, you're not
That's
talking
surprising.
now while we're playing.
We're
Sure.
behaving. We learned.
That's, are you sure that wasn't like, high, I mean,
I don't know.
college years?
No? Well,
I mean, I will
don't
say
know.
there's
Right.
definitely a kind of reverence for when it slows down and there's a singer singing
Yeah.
like a heartfelt, tragic air, and then it's quiet, like that
Out of
for
respect.
sure, I would say, because it's all.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Maybe you're singing over the Irish tenor, who's,
Could have been.
It's hard to tell in the bar scene.
It is.
Maybe we should do the Strings in the Woods song.
Yeah.
With the meditation
Okay,
right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that.
sure, let's do that.
So it's such a beautiful spot here
Yeah.
on our land. It's not much different than if you've been on the. So you can. This is gonna be a sensory meditation,
Okay.
non-denominational. You can choose to do it or not. You can
We'll
just-
never know whether you do it
Yeah.
or not.
Karen will sing a song at some point, and we'll lead us through the end. And then at the end of the song, you can take a few minutes to open your eyes back up. But I like to talk about the ways that science is catching up and learning how to how humans and how the human body works, and how we can move ourselves from a highly stressed out state down into a more relaxed state. We have actually the power to do that. And there's a couple of ways to do it. You know how to do that?
No, I
Without-
could use that.
Okay, good. This is part of this event. Is going into nature. They call in Japan they call it forest bathing. Okay, and science has shown that we were around trees and greenery and the oxygen and all that that it moves us down into what we call a parasympathetic mode. Parasympathetic is the one side of the nervous system, which is the relaxation response. We're born into that. When we're babies, we are born in relaxation. It's only through life that we become more, the other side of our nervous system can become more activated and more dominant, okay, which means the stress, which is the fight, flight response. So, but that isn't the most dominant. We're supposed to be, if we're in like scenes like this, the default mode is relaxation. So just if you remember that. And so we can move ourselves from stress by a couple of different techniques. There's a bunch, but there's two that I'll teach you right here. One is just through our vision alone. This is soldiers have done this since World War II. Okay, if you're in a war situation, you got to shoot a gun, and you want to be able to focus instant, like as quick as possible. They learn this is by using what we call the peripheral vision. Have you heard of this? Peripheral vision. So we spend most of our lives going through as humans and living in cities in what we call focal vision. You got focal, and then you have peripheral. So peripheral is if you just open up your awareness right now. You just do it. So that you see, like you put your hands right here on the side like this. Now, so they're out of you can't see them, but just gradually bring it, and when they appear, you're aware of that, right? You can see your hands there. Okay, and some people believe you can see around behind you, but that's another discussion. So when you're really aware of your side vision here as you're looking forward, that automatically forces your brain into the relaxation mode. If you just do it right now, just feel. Do you feel that kind of a little bit of relaxation? As opposed to looking at iPhone when you're like this, okay? So when you focus on something, focal vision, that brings you back into, you're getting ready to do something. You're getting ready to fight or whatever. So, but they've taught this in shooting a gun and be able to relax. Because you want to have a relaxed muscle body if you're holding a gun. Yeah. Okay? So, just background, you can Google that if you want.
There's a piece of irony.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's so ironic, right? But I like to use that story because a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's not true" or whatever. So another thing you can do is we're gonna choose one of these to go into meditation. Number 2 is if you just you can have this eyes closed or eyes open. If you just notice your muscles in your upper body, just like your chest and your arms, and just consciously relax them. Just like let them, like feel like Jello all of a sudden. Okay, and that turns on and tells your brain, okay, everything's safe. So you feel that? Just like pretend like your body is Jello up above. And the guy that I learned this from, he says he does it 200 times a day. He could be talking to somebody, and he notice what he'll do is he'll touch in, like, how are my muscles? And if they're a little bit tight, just Jello. And it helps for people that speak, helps anybody that has to do creative activities, business, whatever, if you're doing a speech. It brings the frontal lobe back on board. When you sit, your body tells the brain things are back on board. And that the frontal lobe is your seat of awareness, creativity, love, connection, all of there. It's right there. So those are called self-regulation techniques. Those are two. There's about 12 that I've heard on. Yeah. And the idea is let's say if you're getting really stressed out, something happens, argument. By the way, the peripheral vision one, I heard is really good for have discussion with a loved one. You know, like if you both just kind of, I got to talk with you about something. Just get your awareness up here like that. Yeah. So we're going to do a meditation where you can pick one of those to start with, and we'll. Oh, I need some water. That's good. Thank you. There's water over there. So we'll just pick one. You could either relax like this with your muscles relaxed, or you can do the peripheral vision. You can do both. And we're just going to do 3 breaths, full, slow in through the nose, out through the mouth, while you do one of those to start the meditation. So here we go. Can I have some scene music? Some meditation music. Here we go. So just take a deep breath into the nose. And in our culture, we spend so much time doing, not being human beings. We're actually called human beings. So we're going to slip into just being right now. And if your mind wanders, that's completely okay. Just gently pull it back to the sensation of your muscles feeling like Jello, and just notice how you feel in this moment as you take your final breath in and out through the nose. Let it out. Even my mind right now is saying things to me, and I'm just acknowledging it, observing it. Don't have to believe everything your mind throws at you. So now we're going to turn our attention to our feet coming in contact with the concrete, which is our earth right now. Just like wiggle them a little bit. Just feel the bottoms of the soles of your feet in touch with the ground. Let's call it grounding. So as you relax your body, everything's going that direction, toward Earth, Mother Earth. Can you scan your body? Are there any other places that feel tense? Or is there any discomfort in your body? Just notice it. If you can relax a little bit further, that spot, then go ahead. Relax it into the earth, that direction. And if there is something that's bothering you, that's totally fine. Just let it be. Just say yes to it. Yes to that discomfort. And then we'll turn our attention to the sensation coming into our skin, our touch sensation, so our face, our arms. Feel the air, the temperature of the air. Just revel in that sensation of how the skin is coming into contact with where we are right here. Just take a few moments as you relax. Then noticing how good it feels for the air to blow over the skin. Just breathing in and out. We're just human beings right here. We're being, we're not doing anything. We're on vacation. turn your attention to your hearing. See how deeply you can hear into our environment. How far away can you hear? What's the farthest sound? It's like binocular ears. Just take a scan of our environment with your ears. Relaxing even more if you can relax into ease of this moment. There's nothing to do. Just feel the sensations in your body. Touch, hearing. Now we'll have a song. You can keep your eyes closed or do as you please.
Nothing in between my eyes and the sky. Nothing in between my feet and the ground. As far as I can see, only blue, green, and brown. Nothing in between my ears and the birds, the wind in the trees, my own breath in my lungs. No shadow of buildings hide my face from the sun. I've seen the city lights along the concrete river. I've driven from sea to shining sea.